Konnichiwa. I'm the sensei of the Scarborough Academy of Karate, and I'm here again with another in-home Karate Do practice video for you to review and repeat. I'm going to be increasing the number of lessons as well as the difficulty of those lessons to give you a little bit more of a challenge than the previous video. First, to get warmed up, we're going to start with Churanzuki, or middle punch, and we're going to be doing 50 of those. So like the last video I explained, you're going to put one of your hands on your hips, the other hand out, across from your target, your solar plexus in this case. Both hands are going to work together and move at the same time. Keep your elbows in, twist your fists right at the last moment. Next, we'll be working on a technique called Uraken Uchi, or in English, back fist strike. So that again uses both of your hands, one hand closest to your ear on the opposite side of the arm that you're using, and your other hand out acting as your pulling hand. Both hands working together. Your right hand in this case will be striking while your left hand will be pulling. Pulling hand, fist twist at the last moment. And again, you'll be doing 50 of those. Make sure that you practice on both sides. Next, we're going to be combining Karate Do technique with strength exercises. For this lesson, we're going to be doing 15 sit-ups combined with some blocks. We're going to be doing 2 blocks per sit-up. So that'll be 30 blocks, 15 sit-ups. Start by sitting on the floor. Slowly lean back until your back touches the ground. Hands by your ears. I'm going to be lifting myself up using my core. Be sure not to use your hands to swing yourself up. You want to keep your hands in one general area. You're going to pull yourself up. Right hand to your left hip. 1. Left hand to your right hip. 2. And back down. 1, 2, and that's 2. 3, 1, 2, 4, and you're going to go all the way to 15. Remember to keep your neck straight and don't use your arms to swing yourself up. Our next lesson, we're going to be combining 2 Karate Do techniques into one combination. First, we'll be starting with Taisho Uchi, followed by Urazuki. Taisho Uchi in English, palm heel strike. Urazuki in English, uppercut punch. Your stance that you'll be using will be kumate dachi, or sparring stance. So starting from hachidachi, you'll move your right foot back, approximately 1 foot. You'll bend your knees. A good stance in Karate Do, you always have your knees bent for better balance and stability. Hands up, of course, fist tight for your defense. You're going to be leading with your forward hand. Open up your hand, curl in your fingers, bend in your thumb, striking to the tip of your target's nose with your palm, hence why they call it a palm heel strike. As I do that, I'm going to pull my other hand back. Not only is that useful for the palm heel strike, but it also sets me up for my next attack. Uppercut to the solar plexus. Now, what makes an uppercut powerful is how close you keep it to your body and combining that with the use of your hips. The further you go with an uppercut, the weaker it becomes. So you keep it close to your body, utilize your hips, and this combination will allow you to have a full range of your hips so you can really get a good amount of power into that uppercut, or Urazuki in Japanese. You're going to be doing 20 of those on both sides. For our last lesson, we're going to be focusing on our dachi, or in English, stances. Our first stance we're going to be working on is Zenkutsu dachi, or front stance in English. To start, take one of your feet and slide it back approximately 4 feet While you do that, make sure you keep your hips square and pointed forward. Don't allow one of your hips to move back. Obviously there are different variations of front stance in different dojos. In this particular dojo, we keep our hips forward and our shoulders in line as well. So once again, you're going to slide your right foot back approximately 4 feet. Keep your back leg straight, bend your forward knee. Your knee should be directly over your ankle and your forward foot. And repeat. Back to Hachidachi, or natural stance, and slide back. And when you get more comfortable with the technique, you can slide your right foot in to your left foot first, and then back somewhat on a diagonal, as it is traditionally done in our dojo. You'll be doing 20 Zenkutsudachi. Make sure to practice on both sides. For our final stance, we'll be working on Kokutsudachi, or in English, back stance. Slide your right foot in and directly back behind you, approximately 4 to 5 feet. You're in a nice, deep, wide stance. Your heels should be in one straight line. My back foot is pointed towards my right. My front foot is pointed directly in front of me. I have a slight bend in my forward leg and a little bit more of a bend in my back leg. I have 70% of my weight on my back leg while 30% on my front leg. Like the front stance, I want to make sure that my knee is over my foot as much as possible in this stance, except instead of the front leg, it's the back leg. And back to your Hachidachi. Now again, notice that I'm bringing my foot, I'm joining my feet together before concluding or beginning the stance. Right foot in, straight back, straight posture, make sure my shoulders are back. A good posture is important in Karate-do. Again, you'll be doing 20 of those stances, 10 on each side. That concludes our in-home Karate-do lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I hope you found this video useful. Konnichiwa!